Hi everybody, welcome to tonight's Chill Pill.
Hi everyone.
Sorry that we missed last week. We got
Yes.
so caught up with summer's a busy time.
It is a very busy time. Lots
Yeah.
of activities here at the church,
Yeah.
and so the equipment that we use was for these chill pills was kind of needed elsewhere, and lots of things going on. So we had VBS. We mentioned that before. It was fantastic, and then we had a lovely craft show here.
This is where I got this.
Yeah, nice
Church
t-shirts.
the Nazarene. And on
Yeah.
the back, what does it say on the back?
It says faith can move mountains. It's very
Amen.
true. So lots of vendors and crafters from the community here, and thank you to Brianna for organizing that.
Yeah, it was terrific.
And it was great.
We
But
bought a few things.
We did, but it's just been very busy. And you know what? I've just been, texting some folks and friends, and everybody's busy. Everybody's away camping, or they're doing this. I don't have any time. I'm busy doing this and that and something
Yeah.
else. And that's wonderful. It's good that people are with family. And
Better to be busy than bored.
that's true.
what I say.
That's true. And I know here in Northwest Ohio, it's a little bit like when we
Yeah.
lived in Canada. It was
Yeah, I
the same thing.
remember,
You had to
yeah.
get everything done in the summer when it was good weather
Yeah.
because the winters were long.
Yeah. You've only
And it's
got,
the same
you
here a
know,
little bit.
It's hard to think that, summer, it's only seemed like 2 minutes. I mean, we're
It's
already
gone so
headed into,
fast.
we're already
This
in
is
August,
We're
and
headed towards school starting
Yeah.
up again, and September. Oh my gosh! Then
before
we'll be
you know
in the
it,
fall.
before you know it, it's going to be snowing.
I know. So that's why everybody has to get everything
You
done.
and I always, it's typical. We talk about the
know,
weather,
I know.
but it's been actually a nice summer, and it's rained.
Oh, it's
quite a bit.
It has been weird weather.
It stayed
recently.
green like the whole
Yeah,
summer. so-
because there's been all this rain
Mm-hmm.
coming and going, and my granddaughter and I started a little song. Who was going to win, the rain
Yeah.
or the sun? And we kept singing that at the backyard because we thought it was going to be a sunny afternoon. Oh no, it's going to rain.
Yeah.
And then we thought, oh, it's going to rain all afternoon. Then the sun would come out, and it was
Yeah.
really nice. So we didn't know.
Yeah, we've been watching the Olympics a little bit at
Yes.
night.
Mhm.
It's kind of been funny though. It's not.
Missing the crowds.
It doesn't feel the same. All
No,
the
I'm
clapping
sure the
and
athletes feel
cheering,
that.
and you look around. They've got like fake people that are sitting in the stands, but it's
know.
like so quiet. So I don't know. It's just not.
It must be really weird for the athletes because
Yeah.
they're so used to people cheering.
And the
so
time
on.
too. The time difference there. It's like 13
Anyway,
hours.
some of them are doing some great things,
Yeah.
and it's amazing to watch their abilities and pushing themselves as hard as they do.
Yeah, we
It's
like that
fantastic.
swimmer. What's her name? Katie Ledecky.
Oh yeah, we were watching her.
She
a
was
lot.
like,
She's
whew,
been doing
incredible.
a great job.
So many gold medals, and yeah, and then there was a lady today I
And
was
that guy,
watching
there's a guy
last
too,
night. I mean,
won a lot of swimmer. Dressel, was that
yeah,
his name?
Caleb Dressel,
Yeah, there you go.
another German.
Good German name. For those of you with
Dressel.
German. Yeah. For those of you with German ancestry.
Yeah.
A lot of German genetics on
Right.
display at the Olympics this year.
Yeah, well, we're not going to talk about it. Okay, so we're going to read a verse, just very simple verse here from 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7, and it basically says, throw all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. It's kind of popular today, people to say, don't put that on me.
Right.
Don't tell me. I don't really want to know. I've got enough problems by myself. But here's Jesus inviting us. He said, look, I know you've got cares. I know you've got worries. I know you've got anxieties, but guess what? Throw it on me. You know that song, if he carried the weight of the world on his shoulders. How does it go? If he carried the weight of the world upon his shoulders, I know, my brother, that he will carry you. If he carried the weight of the world upon his shoulders, I know, my sister, that he will carry you through. We may have got the words slightly
little
wrong
wrong,
because it's been, but it's so true, isn't
But
it?
you know, I remember one time particularly, that verse always takes me back
Yeah.
to a day in the south of England when I was pregnant with our first child, Hannah. And we were very young, 21, just turning 22. And I had no clue. I had never been like a nanny or looked after kids. Like, our daughters knew so much more about kids than I ever did when they had theirs. But I had no clue. And the very next, we were there meeting my mom and dad. And the next day they were getting the plane
Yeah.
to fly on their way back to Congo. And I was 7 months pregnant. And my mom was a midwife. And I remember that night crying before God and saying, why? Like, she's my mom. And you're taking her back to Congo. This is too much for me. And I was really crying.
Must
I
have been
need
awful.
my mom. I don't know what I'm doing. And I was crying, and that verse came to me. I was just reading my devotions,
Yeah.
and that verse, cast your care. And I said, okay. And that's how I
Here
spoke
it
to the
is,
Lord.
Lord Jesus.
Here it
Yeah.
is, because this is way too heavy
Yeah.
for me. So, Lord, take it.
Yeah.
And I sobbed, and the Lord lifted the burden, and my parents went to Congo. And some months later, my mom told me that just when they arrived in time for my mom to deliver a woman from her baby, and my mom had the joy of leading her to Jesus.
Oh, wow.
And the timing was
yeah.
God's. And so
Sometimes you don't understand, though.
well,
It's
because
like,
we
oh my
only
gosh,
see this world,
I need my
right?
mom. I need, I'm going through this, but the Lord had other plans. And so you
we
never can see the
we
big
never-
picture sometimes. It's like
Right.
we only see little bits. We can't see how everything fits together.
Because God is eternal, so God's seeing the eternal story.
Yeah.
All we can see is just right what's in front of us, and
Yeah.
sometimes it can seem insurmountable.
Yeah.
But that actual casting, I've done that. Like as I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
to the Lord, just take it, Lord. It's too much. I can't.
Cast your nets on the other side. Cast all your cares upon Him.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it to Him. There was a famous singer from Sweden, Evie.
Yeah, they called her Evie.
Evie.
Yes.
What she said, she sang about bring them all to Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Wounded hearts, broken,
Bring them all
broken
the
lives, or something. It was bring them all
to
bring
Jesus.
them all
Oh,
to Jesus.
he's in a singing mood today. I
And
don't know.
He
will carry
will
you through.
and He will turn your sorrow into joy. Something
There you
like that.
go. I don't remember
Anyway,
that. The words
We're
of that
going
one.
way back here, folks. Going way
Yeah,
back.
we're old, so we're going back.
Yeah.
And before we go off the chill pill today, don't forget it's the Bull Thistle Festival. For
Our
those
first
of us
time at Bull Thistle.
in this
We've always
area.
seemed to have been gone, and then last year when we were here, it was COVID,
That's right.
so we missed it. But this year we're going to be here, so
And it's a community service for
Yeah.
everybody in the area. All the churches here in Fayette
yeah,
get
it's
together.
going to be fun. And by the way, our praise team is singing.
Yeah.
I can't remember the time. 3 or is it?
It's 3 on Saturday.
3 o'clock
but
on
then
Saturday,
the
we're
community
singing.
service is Sunday morning at 10:30.
Yeah. So remember, we're not having service here at the church. It's
Right.
going to be at the park. So
So-
please join us, everyone.
We're looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, let's do the sign off that we've forgotten to do for a long time.
Pip pip.
Pip pip and cheerio. And it doesn't turn off.
You'll have
Pip
to turn-
pip.
and cheerio
Cheerio.
again.